How is it going, everyone? Daxellz here, and today we're going to be reacting to another video game donkey video, reacting to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart Dunk View. Let's get straight into it. And away we go.
5 has been out for 8 months, but now we are finally getting the first true PlayStation 5 video game.
True.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Is it good though?
When you look this up, you are going to say, "Oh, look at the PlayStation on these graphics. This game is just beautiful."
Look at the PlayStation graphics.
Quad processors pumping out 300 pixels per gallon. Subwoofer mega aliasing with real-time.
I'm waiting for the bot.
Clearly, the game you are looking at right now could only ever be possible on the PlayStation 5. Am I right? Well, Richard, you're never gonna trust me again on this, but you just fell for my biggest trap ever.
Oh no.
Again. This is actually the PS4 game from 2016, which is still a spectacular looking game.
Oh.
The Ratchet and Clank series has always been impressive visually. This was true on the PS2, PS3, PS4, and especially so in Rift Apart. Sweeping vistas, numerous reflective surfaces, massive scaled action sequences, expressive character animation, the varied humming of different types of ships zooming beneath you. There's a factory with a bunch of bouncy balls, and you hit them.
Damn.
You gotta love the sound design on that. It's not just the level of detail, but the variety of locations. Neon-lit cyberpunk cityscapes doused in purple rain. Dino jungles with mammoth creatures towering over you. The shattered and scattered mining planet Blizzard Prime. You're really going to want to take your time and absorb all of the little details in these worlds. Especially when you get to Mr. Zarkon's Cantina. This place is just ridiculous. There is so much concentrated detail in this one room. These guys are over here drinking drinks. Wasn't that a sound effect on that drink? This dude is riding a mechanical something. Over here, they're playing Street Fighter on the arcade cabinet. And look at these little creatures inside the jukebox. Who are these guys?
That's pretty cool.
Then you got a sheep sitting at the bar. Of course, you know who the sheep is, right? If you read his bio, turns out that's actually Chairman Drek from the original game.
Oh.
This Cantina part is insane. Sony is really pushing the PS5 solid-state drive as this breakthrough technology, and Rift Apart pulls attention to this with its Rift opening trick where you can seamlessly glide from world to world. This is a cool trick, but Sony, remember all those PS4 games without loading? Uncharted 4, God of War, Red Dead 2, Last of Us 2. These games had one initial load screen and then never again. It was just one continuous experience from that point on. Not every game figured out load times, but you know what game did? The original Ratchet and Clank on the PS2. The load time was non-existent. This was 20 years ago. Rift Apart is an excellent looking game, one of the best. But is this game only possible on the PS5? I don't know about all that. Sony Santa Monica recently announced that the next God of War game is still coming to PS4. If the PS4 is still good enough for God of War Ragnarok, shut the fuck up out of here with this. Can't even shut the gameplay.
Yep.
Wait, we're actually going to talk about the game in this. The gameplay here is solid. It's not exceptional. It's not the true next generation experience. It's just solid. You have a nice variety of shooting, platforming, and puzzles, and a nice variety of weapons like the ice cube gun and the electrocutor and the sprinkler that turns enemies into plants. You can front flip onto a ship while blasting enemies off in midair with your shotgun. Whenever I see a TNT box, I break out the little pistol and get that pinpoint shot off to blow up a whole stack of crates. This never gets old. You can spawn in an entire army of minions to win fights for you. You have snail racing off of Undertale, grapple hooks, wall running, rocket boots that let you tear through every level. Some of the most expensive looking rail grind sequences I've ever seen. Even with all this going for it, though, the repetition starts to creep in around the halfway.
Oh no.
You have dozens of enemies on screen at a time. You have a dash. You pause and pick weapons from a wheel, and your guns chip off parts of the enemy's armor. And that's when I realized I am playing the G-rated version of Doom Eternal. This comparison does Ratchet and Clank no favors, because the combat of Doom Eternal is far more thought out. Every weapon beats nearly every enemy. There's very little strategy at play here. There is also a severe lack of variety among enemies, especially for a game that is about going to all these different dimensions, you know? The game just keeps throwing the same mini-bosses at you again and again and again. I must have fought this big robot guy.
Oh wow.
10
Oh
times
wow.
and never evolved.
Oh wow.
Presence. There's a lot of shooting sections, and then you
I hate
bring
when
up
they do
this
that.
little robot to play a virus minigame. And now here's some more shooting sections.
Oh.
So let's recap. Graphics, gameplay, story. The nicest thing I can say about the story is that it's competent. Most games, on top of being incredibly dumb, are also very drawn out and tedious. Rift Apart is brisk and snappy. Dr. Nefarious, the bad guy who always loses, sucks you into an alternate dimension where he always wins. It's definitely a cool premise that is squandered on very boring characters. The whole fun of the alternate dimension is seeing the characters you already know in a new light, like Skid McMarks. In the normal dimension, he's a laid-back surfer dude. But in the alternate dimension, he's a badass secret agent. The alternate versions of Ratchet and Clank, though, are pretty much the exact same characters. They have the same weapons and the same calculatively inoffensive personalities.
I'm glad you're okay, buddy. You too, Ratchet. Be careful out there.
Why do you go to this planet? So you can get a rock. Why do you go to this planet? Because the rock broke. Now you have to fix it. This is the storyline, guys. There just isn't enough emotional heft here to satiate an entire video game. Ratchet is intimidated by the prospect of finally meeting his lost race of rabbits. Meanwhile, Rivet and Kit both have trust issues they have to overcome. I guess the core idea is uncertainty, which isn't a good fit for a story this formulaic and predictable.
Oh, I apologize.
You feel bad? Even though I just watched your brain diary thingy?
Oh my god, he feels bad even though she was mean to him?
Okay, Bolts.
You came after me.
Oh my god, she came after him even though she didn't like him before?
Oh my god.
E for everybody, not E for children only. To really tell an effective story, you need to take the
Actually
audience through
true.
a series of different moods. But Rift Apart seems to only have one setting: loud.
It's me!
Oh.
When they aren't screaming or shooting or blowing up stuff, then it's the complete opposite. Now they're too polite. It's like every other line of dialogue in this game is somebody saying thank you.
Thanks for choosing Miss Circles.
Thank you for going to such trouble on my behalf.
Thank you both for freeing my brothers.
Thank you, Ratchet, for helping us.
Thank you.
No, thank
They're just
you.
being
In
polite.
case I do not get another chance to say it,
Don't do it.
thank you.
They're trying to reach for some emotional moments here, but the dialogue is too sappy and congratulatory for it to connect. Everybody's always telling each other how great they are, or just really hamming it up with some corny monologue.
So, what do you think of Clank?
Oh, talented, resourceful. You're good. No, great. So of course he would be too.
Because no matter how many times he screws up, he's always there when it matters most.
I am good at this.
How do I rate this game? Well, people love to compare Ratchet and Clank to Pixar. There's even a Toy Story joke in this game.
What?
I would say Rift Apart is like the Cars of video games.
Thank you.
It should be I who is thanking you.
Okay.
Cars 2, actually.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's more, yeah. Okay, that's more like it. Okay, yeah, well, I'm not being funny. I feel like this is the type of game that you get just because it's the only game on the next-gen consoles. When a next-gen console comes out, there's no games to play whatsoever, and then they start bringing out, like, random games that you're like, I'm gonna have to try it because it's, like, the only game to play. I feel like that's what this is. Don't get me wrong, I like Ratchet and Clank, the old ones, but I've not played it in a long time, and I've lost all interest in them. Good review, good review. I appreciate his opinion. Okay, everyone, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you check out the original in the description down below. Enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, comment what you'd like me to react to next, subscribe if you're new or just haven't yet. I'll see you in the next video. Laters.